What's going on, everybody? Today is July 15th of 2022. Yesterday, we learned news that former President Donald Trump's first wife, Ivana, passed away at the age of 73 in her hometown of New York City. In this video, we'll explore the numerology of this incident. Now, whether or not Ivana really died will not be a topic of this video, as I have the same seat to this stage show as all of you. I can't see behind the curtain. But nonetheless, there's very significant numerology and astrology in this death. Donald Trump was born in the year 1946 on June 14th. On that same exact date, there was a total lunar eclipse over the Eastern Hemisphere. So in this video, we'll explore how his first wife, Ivana's death, is connected to the November 8th total lunar eclipse, which belongs to a very significant Soros cycle in relation to this family. So let's get started. We begin with the number that's listed in the headline, 73, the age at which Ivana was when she passed away. Ivana's full name following her marriage to Donald was Ivana Marie Trump. In the language of Gematria, in what we call the full reduction or Pythagorean method, which is essentially the alphabetic order, but with each double-digit number reduced to a single digit prior to adding it to the equation, the name Ivana Marie Trump sums to 73, the age she was when she passed away. This is a number that's commonly shown in stories about death. Consider how the word sacrifice equals 73. Furthermore, the phrase ritual sacrifice summing to 73 in that same reduction method. Ivana passed away 144 days after her last birthday. Notice how her maiden name, Ivana Zelnikova, sums to 1440 in Sumerian. On top of that, Zelnikova on its own also sums to 144 with capital letters. But think about the date that she passed away, July 14th, the date written internationally and in her homeland of the Czech Republic as 14/7. Well, notice how in Jewish or Latin gematria, the Trump organization sums to 1470. And it was the Trump organization that Ivana held various roles in throughout her marriage to Donald back in the 70s and 80s. Of course, it was the police who found her. Notice how police also has this 147 like the date. But there's a lot more connections with her name connecting to the date that she passed away. Yesterday, July 14th, had what I call primary numerology of 63. This number is arrived at by adding all the individual numbers in the equation, 7 plus 14 plus 20 plus 22. In the reverse reduction method, the name Ivana Trump sums to 63, matching that numerology. In fact, with the master number exception, her name is 63 forwards as well. Now, in full reduction, the name Ivana Trump sums to 45. Notice how her birthday, February 20th of 1949, was even a date with a life lesson number of 45. Her husband Donald would go on to become the 45th President of the United States. Now, it's been in the news a lot lately that Trump may actually be running again in the year 2024. Notice how the name Ivana Marie Trump sums to 224 using the standard alphabetic order. And if you instead multiply all of the digits in the date that she passed away, you get this product of 224. The number 45 is also connected to the moon. When we use capital letters, total lunar eclipse sums to 405. And if you actually search my channel, I did a video a while ago about how the eclipse cycle seems to reset every 405 lunar phases. There's more connections in various methods as well. The word moon equals 197 in Satanic Gematria. That's even the 45th prime number. So with Donald Trump claiming that he may run again in the year 2024, what this means is that if he wins, he'll not only be the 45th president of the United States, but he will also be the 47th president of the United States. And this number 47 is significant to this story about the death of his wife as well. In the language of Gematria, the word president sums to 47. This is a number that Trump is coded with. Not only does Trump equal 47 in reverse, but it also equals 470 in Latin or Jewish Gematria. This cipher, the one shown on the left side of your screen, starting with the ancient Latin alphabetic order with more modern English characters placed at the end. And in a little bit, we'll also be looking at the English method, where the numbers are structured similarly, but we use the current 26-letter alphabet. So check out the name Ivana. Notice how Ivana also sums to 47 and 88 in reverse. Those are the same two numbers found in the Gematria of Trump. Now, when Ivana married Donald Trump, notice their wedding date, April 7th, the date written 4/7 on the calendar, the number that both of them share. In fact, if you measure from Ivana Trump's birthday to the date of her wedding, notice how this also occurred 47 days after her birthday. In fact, her maiden name, Ivana Zelnikova, sums to 165 in the standard alphabetical order. As I pointed out earlier, Donald Trump was born on the date June 14th, and June 14th is the 165th day of the year. Once again, exhibiting how the connections between humans are not just physical, mental, or emotional, but also numerical. And we're going to see this connection with Ivana's birthday as well. Consider Donald Trump's full name first. Notice how Donald John Trump gives us a reverse value of 220. Ivana Trump was born on February 20th, the date that's written here in the United States as 220. Her native land of Czechoslovakia has since been renamed to the Czech Republic. Notice how Czech Republic has this 220. In Satanic Gematria, even Czech sums to 220, all syncing up with her birthday and the Gematria of her first husband. Now, let's look at her birthday in the other way you can write it, the 20th of February. In Europe, where she was born, this date would typically be written as 20/2. And this brings us to the next big part of this riddle, which is connected to the moon and lunar eclipses. The 202nd prime number is 1231. Ever since the year 1923, each lunation has received a number. And look what lunation we are currently in. Lunation number 1231. Ivana dying just one day after the full moon of this lunation. So she dies during lunation 1231, the 202nd prime number, connecting to her birthday. But what makes this so interesting is that Ivana has 3 children, and these numbers are found in all 3 of them. We start with the eldest of them, Donald Trump Jr. Check out what day he was born. December 31st, the date that's written 1231 on the calendar. Her next child was Ivanka Trump, who actually shares her full name, Ivana Marie Trump. But the name Ivanka Trump has this value of 1231 in Jewish Gematria. Finally, this brings us to her third and last child, Eric Frederick Trump, whose name in Gematria sums to 202 in the alphabetic order. Again, reflecting her birthday and this connection to the moon when she died. Furthermore, check out Ivana's birth numerology. If you add up all the numbers in her birthday, 2 plus 20 plus 19 plus 49 gives us a sum of 90. Why is that significant? Well, in the standard alphabetic order, the moon equals 90. How interesting. Her birthday was also on the 51st day of the year. And the word moon equals 51 in the reverse alphabetic order. For those of you wondering, by the way, this is my new date calculator. This will be live with the website relaunch next month. And there's some really cool features on here. Worth pointing out, by the way, that Ivana Trump died during the time of Cancer. And this is significant because Cancer is the only sign that's ruled by the moon on the zodiac. So once again, another strong connection to the moon here. Also, notice how this moon sign, Cancer, begins at 90 degrees of the zodiac. And as I just pointed out, the moon gives us that 90 value, similar to Ivana's birth numerology. But for the real big part of this riddle, we need to see how it connects to lunar eclipses. And once again, Donald John Trump, born on the same date as a total lunar eclipse. Well, notice how Trump's full name equals 68, which matches total lunar eclipse, 68. In ancient Hebrew Gematria, where the practice of coding numbers into letters and words was believed to have originated, the phrase total lunar eclipse sums to 445. And Trump was the 44th man to be president, but was president number 45. So, interesting connection there. But check out the name Ivana Trump. Notice how her name has mirrored gematria in both the alphabetic and reverse orders. Both of these summing to 135. This stands out because the phrase lunar eclipse sums to 135. The 135th prime number is 761. And check out Donald Trump's age when his first wife passed away. He was exactly 76 years and 1 month old. Look at this. The 135th prime coded into his age perfectly on the date Ivana died. So this letter numbering system that I'm showing you in this video, now, as much as some of you want to think so, I'm not the first person to come along and create a Gematria calculator. However, those who did it before me likely kept it in secret. And the people at CNN, these fine folks over at this news organization, if you really want to call it that, they're aware of this language too. And I want to show you the number that they coded their headline with. Ivana Trump, an ex-wife of former President Trump, dies at 73. And notice they threw in the word an ex-wife, which is kind of odd. Now here, I'm taking the number 73 and adding it to the Gematria equation. And this can be done by checking the options and changing number calculation to full. So right now it's at reduced by default. But if you change that to full, you'll see this sums to 647. So why is the number 647 important to this story? Well, 647 is another prime number. See here how it's the 118th prime number, and this is the number that's going to take us through the end of this video. The next total lunar eclipse to occur later this year falls on the date November 8th, which is written 11/8, identical to 118. Ivana's maiden name was Zelnikova, which, when spelled correctly, has an ordinal value of 118. And if you measure from the date that she died to the date of the next total lunar eclipse, it was a span of exactly 118 days before it. Last year, in 2021, we had another total lunar eclipse that was visible over the United States. This occurred on the date May 26th of 2021. And when you measure from the date May 26th to the date of her death, you get 1 month and 18 days. On the date that she died, Donald Trump was also in his 1018th sidereal month, or lunar orbit. And you'll see this here. Trump is currently 1017 lunar orbits old. So he just started his 1018th. Again, the digit's 118. Also, as I mentioned earlier, she died during the time of Cancer. Using the reverse alphabetic order, Cancer, the only sign ruled by the moon, sums to 118. The word death equals 118 in Latin gematria. So does the word homicide, 118. But what makes this so significant is that when you write out the number 118, notice how you get the same digits. 181, the same digits as 118. The name Ivana Marie Trump sums to 181, syncing up with 118, which explains why this number was so heavily coded into her passing. There's one other connection to the number 118 that I wanted to mention here. Ivana Trump was born during the time of Pisces, and traditionally Pisces is ruled by the planet Jupiter. We'll check out her Jovian age when she died. Notice how she was 811 days after her 6th Jovian birthday. This, of course, referring to Jupiter orbits. And it would make sense that Jupiter is the other celestial body that's coded into this story. Notice how Jupiter has gematria of 99, 90, and 36. These are the same numbers as the moon, 99, 90, and 36. But the last thing I wanted to point out is that this November 8th eclipse that she died in connection to belongs to a very significant Soros series. Now, Solar Soros 136 is one of the most important, if not the most important, Soros series right now. It's all connected to the establishment of the Jesuit order. Donald Trump's divorce from Ivana Trump occurred around the year 1991, which is when a maximum eclipse from Soros 136 occurred. But here we're talking about lunar Soros 136. And the reason I point this out is because in English gematria, the name Ivana Marie Trump has this 1306 value in English Extended. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, as this YouTube platform seems to enjoy squashing content like this. Peace, love, God bless, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya.